Oh, we're in. Okay, cue the Halloween opener. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. Good morning, good day, good evening. How are we doing today? We are talking about Maranix today. She has just appeared in-game after the game restarted, and she is going to be a traditional fusion. Now, of course, you've heard a lot about her, right? Over the last yesterday. Probably only yesterday, who knows? But you probably heard a lot about her, and I think that the majority of the information surrounding her is quite negative. I'm a little bit confused about what's going on with the hair situation. Is she just bald? And then she's got like the hat? Is that what it is? I don't know. Let's come over in the index and look at her so we can see her stats as well. So number one, she's a dark elf, okay? And I feel like this is a hot take, okay? I feel like this is like a little bit different perspective than maybe what you were going to expect here. So, I mean, I think she looks freaking cool, right? Like, obviously, Raid, this is why we play this game, right? Because she looks amazing. She looks amazing. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. But number two, and this is probably the most important thing, guys. She has a unique kit. No other champion in the game has this ability. And when I hear those words, or when I think that to myself, my first thought is, I want that champion. Because anytime you have a unique kit, usually at some point, you're going to find a use for them. Usually at some point, you're going to find a use for them. Now, is this going to be the best game-changing champion on your account? Absolutely not. It's highly doubtful. Like, even for me on the Death Knight account, would she be a game changer? No, she would not be. No, definitely not. Okay? And I would go so far as to say that if you're still early game, you could probably skip this one and you wouldn't regret it for a year. Okay? Would you regret it eventually? Maybe. But you wouldn't regret it for a year, I don't think. Because she's a force champion and her main ability is decreased defense. Well, there happens to be another force champion who does decrease defense that everybody does tend to build, and that is a rare. Okay? AoE, decreased defense, and you can use rare books to get there. It's a 100% chance, and you don't get the hex. Is she as good? No, obviously War Maiden is not going to be as good, but is it close enough? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay? Now, there are some other things that Maranix has in her favor, okay? There are some other things, okay? There are a low number of force decreased defense champions. I think there's only 6. And War Maiden is one of them, obviously, okay? Another one that would be pretty common that's going to be similar here is Zarga, where you do use her for the decreased defense a lot of the times, but you also use her for damage, okay? So, kind of a similar champion here, but not quite the same. We would also have, and some people love this champion, I am just not one of those people. We also have Thylesia. I am just not a fan. I found her kit to be very awkward and inconsistent. She does have the 100% decreased defense. You don't even need books for it, which is very nice. That is very uncommon. Very uncommon. And then over here, I think the reason why people like her is because the increased duration of all debuffs on all enemies. But why I wanted her was for the hex and decreased defense. So Maranix is kind of the champion that I actually wanted when I was testing out Thylesia. Okay, so that's the 2 epics and the rare version. And then we have a couple of other legendary versions. And the first one is going to be Abyss. You know, she kind of reminds me of Abyss, right? Kind of reminds me of Abyss. You have a 100% chance. It's an attack-based damage dealer. You have a little bit of, some other stuff going on in the kit as well. Like, very similar. I would put her on the same level as Abyss. Maranix and Abyss. I would say they seem pretty similar to me. Another champion, which I don't know, I would probably still prefer Robar. I think I would still prefer Robar if I was going for a damage dealer that wanted decreased defense, because he has better multipliers. Okay, we could just use this A3 and combine him with somebody else, and he's going to do a lot more damage. Okay, I don't think that you're going to want Maranix as a damage dealer. There's just too many other options. Like, Magnar is going to be way better as a great example. Okay, now if you don't have a Magnar, okay, but it seems to me like this is the champion that you should be comparing her to for damage. And that is Kale. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like her AoE abilities have about this level of damage. They have a Kale amount of damage. Now, I don't know the exact multipliers yet. That's just from seeing her in action, okay? But that's where I feel she is at the moment, okay? Just for reference. And then there's another champion who kind of stands above the rest, and that is going to be Cesia. Okay, Cesia has the enemy max HP stuff. She has HP burn. She has decreased defense and weaken. Like, okay, you're gonna use the Cesia probably, unless you have her just built for Spider. But she's obviously, like, Cesia is way better than her. Okay, Cesia is way better than her. But that doesn't mean that Maranix is not good. Okay. Just because she's not as good as other champions doesn't mean she's not good. Personally, this is the ability that I don't like. That's the one. Also, I don't know. I guess this extra hit mechanic is okay. Like, you could put a nice mastery on her and use Giant Slayer instead of War Master, because I think that her main purpose is going to be Hydra. That's what I think. I think her main purpose is going to be Hydra. Now, another thing that she does have in her favor is that a lot of the decreased defense champions in this faction people don't have. Okay? Like, Madame Saris, a lot of people still do not have. For whatever reason, people don't have or don't want to use Spider. Is that the one? Yeah. Decreased defense on all enemies and a chance to do weaken. Okay, so I guess Spider would be one that I needed to add to that list. I'm glad that I thought of that. I think, I don't know, Spider might be better. No. Okay, here's why. Okay? Here's why. These champions are just different. Okay? So, for example, right? The Hex mechanic is going to add more damage overall to your team. Okay? Just like if it were a weaken, this is basically like AoE decreased defense weaken 100%. Okay? That's basically the same thing. It's going to be similar but not the same. Okay? And so I think that she is a good addition to the game. I hope that her fusion is not as difficult as it seems right now. And I'm interested to see what they come out with the fusion schedule, because we have yet to see that. We have yet to see that. So when we come over under news, or like, let's see what it says here. Yeah, nothing. Okay, so we don't know what it's going to be like. Okay. Hopefully it's going to be easier. And if it is achievable for you, I would still say go for it. I would still say go for it, okay? Because the main thing that's holding her back right now in Hydra has nothing to do with her, okay? The main thing holding her back right now is Ugo. Ugo is just the best thing you can be doing in Hydra because of the decreased defense and block buffs, but also because of the cleanse, and also because of the leech. I mean, the passive, it's just like, that's not going to trigger very often. She's also has really good stats to start with, so I think that Ugo is the main thing holding her back, because this is the main way that we get block buffs. Now, Plarium, you need to add more champions that do block buffs. Also, we need more champions that do Hex. Also, we need more champions that do a combination of things that are good for Hydra. Like, make a legendary version of Ugo, for example. If, as an example, if Maranix did decreased defense and block buffs, you would hear praise from every content creator. So we do need more champions that will do block buffs and other things so that we can have more options for Hydra. I mean, I would go so far as to say, why can't we have decreased defense, block buffs, and Hex in a legendary kit? I think that would be amazing. Okay? Now, is this going to change your account? No. No, she's not. But the more champions that get put in the game with block buffs, the better she's going to look. Because then you can bring decreased defense and Hex on the same ability. Now, if you're trying to make progress from normal to hard in Hydra, this could be the champion that gets you there. Because adding Hex to decrease defense is a very good way to increase your damage. Okay. Now, should you rely on her as a nuker? No, I do not think that. No, I do not think that. I don't think that you should be like, yes, she's going to really help my account, I can use her as a nuker. No, I do not think that that's true. Okay? So, what do you think about this champion, and will you be going for her? I'm pretty sure that I'm skipping her on the Death Knight account because of one main thing, and that is potions. In order to do a traditional fusion like this, you have to be able to farm potions, you have to have potions, and you also have to have shards. And, I mean, of course, on this account, that's not an issue. We'll just buy them if we really want to, right? I just get shards for content anyway, so it's fine. However, on the Death Knight account, we're not buying stuff. So, we probably cannot obtain this fusion. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I personally, on the Death Knight account, I am very excited about 6-starring Negorio. I'm very excited about it. I think that he is an amazing damage dealer. That is an epic, okay? I'm excited about 6-starring him. In fact, they kind of look similar. This is like the dude version. I got the sweet weapons that kind of match her. And I'm also mildly excited about 6-starring the last fusion, which I did get. And that is obviously Uko. He has not been as good, but he is still good. He hasn't been as good as we thought, but he's still good. So, anyway, what do you think of the fusion, and are you going for the fusion? Let me know in the comments below. And before I let you go, I will say I'm going to repost my video from over the weekend. I had some YouTube issues with it. So if you are interested in that video, what was the name of it? The crazy new Go Second team. Like, it's basically infinite provokes. I'm gonna upload that later today as well. And so if you're interested in that, take a look there. Until then, I'm gonna go get ready for my day. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I really want to hear from you in the comments below, so tell me what your thoughts are on this fusion. Are you going for the fusion? Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. And where's the thing? Where's the thing? I don't know. I lost the thing, so let's do this one.